everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Sleeping? No, sorry. Right. On behalf of Save the Child USA, I welcome all of you. You guys, socially responsible organizations who actually are working with a passion to change the world. And I'm so glad to see different organization founders, co-founders, and volunteers here. And I think, sorry, it's the most casual event, so I didn't prepare. I would like to invite Mr. Ravi Kantamsetty, the founder of Save the Child USA, and I think he'll proceed with the event. Welcome, Ravi.
Thanks, Sunanda. So I would like to echo what my sister just said, right? Thank you for your time and patience for years and years of work that you guys have done. I just wanted to reflect on all the great work that each of us have been doing. And I felt maybe we just start with a small poem one of my sisters from Kranti actually recited. She actually wrote it herself, right? This is in Hindi, so I'll make an effort to help my other sisters from Palagur Tipale understand what she's actually trying to say. But let's go listen to this poem, and that's how we'll kickstart our program tonight.
Everyone, so I write poems a lot because for me it's like a best way to express myself through poems. So I have written a poem called Khud Ki Ahmiyat, which is basically means what is your value in your life. So this is in Hindi. Here I go. लोग कहते हैं और चले जाते हैं, वक्त आता है और बीत जाता है, फिर क्या, यादें ही तो है जो हाथों में रह जाता है। कुछ यादें ऐसी होती हैं जो दिल को छू जाए और कुछ ऐसी जो दिल तक ही ना पहुंच पाए। हमारी जिंदगी में हम हर किसी को जगह दे देते हैं, पर कभी कभी खुद की ही अहमियत भूल जाते हैं। हर जन्म में जब तक सांस चलेगी, वक्त हो या इंसान आके चले जाएंगे, पर एक खुद ही तो है जो खुद के साथ रह जाएंगे। Thank you.
Kranti and Mumbai లో ఒక ఆర్గనైజేషన్ ఉంది. మనకి రాబిన్ ఉంది ఇక్కడ. రాబిన్ వాళ్ళు యాక్చువల్లీ వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారు అనేది మనం తర్వాత వీడియోలోకి చూస్తాం అన్నమాట. జయశ్రీ ఏం చెప్తుందంటే మన లైఫ్లో మనం చాలా తీపి గుర్తులు ఉంటాయి కదా మనకి. ఆ తీపి గుర్తులు ఈజ్ ద ఫౌండేషన్ ఫర్ మన లైఫ్, రైట్? We all live to make memories and all that stuff, right? So what I'm trying to say is this evening should actually be echoing what Jayashri was just talking in that particular specific poem, that we all are here to actually make some memories. So there's no pressure. Everybody just stay at ease. And we'll take this journey with most of our friends here in this room. And the second thing is, the timing was, this is also about Thanksgiving time. So Thanksgiving, America, what they traditionally do is, అందరూ ఒక షార్ట్ కూర్చుని టేబుల్ మీద కూర్చుని భోజనం చేస్తారు ఒకసారి. So the effort is to try to repeat that and take this opportunity to thank what we are grateful for. Gratitude అనేది, I need to kind of echo this for the rest of the gang in the room here. How to demonstrate gratitude is again what I have actually learned from the Kranti girls. Recently, some of the girls were in Dallas, and after a little while, Ashi and Sheetal sent me a small gratitude video. I was so humbled and emotionally distraught after the fact that how could somebody be so blatantly true and core to the heart in just trying to demonstrate the gratitude that we felt. And so I always think when people come into our lives, they're actually a gift, right? So I try to model the same behavior, and I want to be a gift when I meet people, right? So what I'm trying to say is, మనమందరూ ఒకరికి మనమే గిఫ్ట్ వర్క్, right? There is nothing else that can really so మనమే ఒకరికి present అయితే, so we'll obviously look for that to really create the bonding, right? So Ashi, I feel, and she's my greatest gifts that I have received this year. And one day Ashi said something and which stuck to my core, and that is what I'm carrying from the day I actually met him. So she said, "Bhaiya, हम लोगों ने बहुत लोगों से मिला, right? कुछ लोगों के, like, you know, some people feel for a certain cause, and some for education, some for girl child, and etc. लेकिन भैया आपका दिल तो हर किसी के लिए धड़कता है, right? So what Ashi was saying is, అనే చాలా మందికి అంటే కొంతమందికి లైక్ యూనో ఫార్మర్స్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్, లేకపోతే మరి కొంతమందికి ఎడ్యుకేషన్ చదువు కోసం, లేకపోతే మరి కొంతమందికి హెచ్ఐవి ఎయిడ్స్ ఉంటే వాళ్ళ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ సాల్వ్ చేయడానికి ఒక్కొక్కరికి ఒక్కొక్క దానికి గుండె కొట్టుకుంటుంది. అని మీకు మాత్రం ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి గుండె కొట్టుకుంటుంది అని చెప్పింది అన్నమాట. సో వాట్ ఐమ్ ట్రైయింగ్ టు డూ అండ్ ఎమ్యులేట్ దిస్, ఐ రియలీ వాంట్ టు ఎమ్యులేట్ దట్ ఇన్ మై లైఫ్ వేర్ మై హార్ట్ బీట్స్ ఫర్ ఎవ్రీబడి, and I'm so happy right now at this moment because my heart beats for every one of you. And while you took all the time and effort to come over here, like, you know, all the flight delays and all this stuff, I'm actually absolutely delighted and pure bliss at this point of time. So this whole event is kind of modeled based on that exact same theme, how we all can be a gift to each other as just a person, right? And then we actually go from there. I can't even pick my favorites in this room because exactly my heart beats for everybody, right? But there are people like Soumya, and your heart falls in love with this girl every single day. So we'll start with Soumya and Project Bala today. But before we do that, I think maybe there is a merit to watch the amazing work that she has already done. And then we'll bring Soumya over and we will have her, like, you know, share some words of wisdom. మనకి నచ్చిన వాళ్ళు చాలా మంది ఉంటారు. సో వీళ్ళే నాకు నచ్చారని పిక్ చేయడం చాలా కష్టం, కానీ ఎవరో ఒకరితో స్టార్ట్ అవ్వాలి కదా. సో సౌమ్య అనే ఒక అమ్మాయి ఉంది, ఢిల్లీ నుంచి వచ్చింది. ఆ అమ్మాయి చేసిన వర్క్ ఇప్పుడు చూద్దాం మనం ఒకసారి, బికాస్ తను చేసిన వర్క్ విల్ యాక్చువల్లీ బ్రింగ్ టు పాల్గొట్టపల్లి. ఐ జస్ట్ టోల్డ్ మై సిస్టర్స్ దిస్ మార్నింగ్ దట్ వీ విల్ అఫీషియలీ adopt that whole village of Palgottapalli, because there is no other way we can really make some noise, especially if you're hitting a Dalit wada. And 7 or 8 or 9 of our amazing sisters are all here today, right? But let's go back to Project Bala. Let's see what Soumya has done, and she'll come on board and then she'll share some words of wisdom for us.
with such incredible people who are doing such amazing work. So thank you, Ravi, for getting us here, for letting us be part of this. As you saw a lot of the photographs here, it's been an incredible journey. While I was still at college, I was teaching in schools, teaching math, teaching English, not only in the slums of India, but also in the slums of Africa, in Ghana, in South Africa, in Tanzania, and then in India, in Haryana, in Delhi. And what was common everywhere was the problem of menstrual hygiene. So irrespective of where you came from, what facilities you had around you, it was either a problem of taboos existing, it was a problem of affordability, it was a problem of inaccessibility, but at some point or the other, menstrual hygiene posed to be a problem. So we took it upon ourselves to do something, and that was the result. One thing that we were very clear about was that awareness or a conversation is extremely important, is very necessary, and not a conversation which is closed, not a conversation which is in whispers anymore, but something that is open, something that we can talk about in a big group. If a politician can shamelessly come and beg for votes in front of 2,000 people, then we should have the confidence to talk about a natural biological process. So we made sure we have more than 100, 150 girls together to talk about periods like a normal process it is. And then what do we do about a solution? Once you know and understand, you need something to use, and hence we hand-created and hand-stitched these reusable pads. Well, they look very different now. In the beginning, we made shapes of butterflies and leaves and Snapchat posts and everything so that it merges with the surroundings of the girls and they're not ashamed to dry it out or even wash it. But you know, as processes evolved, we created something that was more usable and robust. And today we've directly spoken to and reached out to 125,000 women and girls across India and Ghana. And that's been, it's been with the support of incredible people like him, a beautiful team of 42 people. It's just not me who does this. There's a lot of me in this video because it's 1 year old. But over the last 1 year, we've got 42 young people who've joined, all under the age of 25. And they're all so motivated to work with us. So if there's anything that we can do with you, for you, please let me know. And thank you so much again for having us.
Soumya, 22 years old. అమ్మాయి ఢిల్లీ నుంచి వచ్చింది. ఇంతకుముందు స్కాట్లాండ్ అనే ఊర్లో చదువుకునేది అనమాట. ఫైనల్ ఇయర్లో యూనివర్సిటీ ఫండెడ్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఒకటి చేయాలని చెప్పి ఆడపిల్లలకి పీరియడ్స్ వచ్చినప్పుడు ఆబ్వియస్లీ స్కూల్ మిస్ అవ్వడం కానీ మరో విధంగా అన్హైజీనిక్ మెథడ్స్ వల్ల వాళ్ళకి వేరే ఇష్యూస్ కానీ హెల్త్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ రావడం వల్ల షీ ఫిగర్డ్ అవుట్ దట్ లైక్ ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు మామూలు ప్యాడ్స్ ఇచ్చాం అనుకోండి, ఇవి వాడేసి మనం ఎక్కడో త్రో చేయాలి, అది మళ్ళీ దాన్ని రీసైకిల్ చేయాలి. సో ఇలా కాకుండా స్లమ్స్కి వచ్చిన పిల్లలకి అసలు అండర్ ప్రివిలేజ్ పిల్లలకి మనం ప్యాడ్స్ ఇవ్వాలనే కాంటెక్స్లో తన సొంతంగా 22 years 22 ఏళ్ళ అమ్మాయికి 22 ఏళ్ళు అక్కడ 150,000 పిల్లలకి ఆల్రెడీ హెల్ప్ చేసింది అమ్మాయి. దానికి ఇంతకు తప్పట్లు కొట్టింది. దానికి 22 yearsకి 150,000 చేసిందంటే షుల్ హిట్ 1 million గర్ల్స్ విత్ ఇన్ నో టైమ్, అంటే 10 లక్షల మంది అమ్మాయికి. So that's what makes Soumya. So thank you Soumya for that. And just so you guys know, we have an amazing, absolutely brilliant voice which flew all the way from Dehradun to share her, like her talent and all the love that she carries. And I've been in love with this girl for like forever. So I would like to just go ahead and invite Anjali Negi from Astra Trust, all the way from Dehradun.
मुस्कुराने की वजह तुम हो, गुनगुनाने की वजह तुम हो, जिया जाए ना पिया रे जिया जाए ना जाए ना जाए ना और पिया रे पिया रे धूप आए तो छाओ तुम लाना ख्वाहिशों की बारिशों में भीग संग जाना धूप आए तो छाओ तुम लाना ख्वाहिशों की बारिशों में भीग संग जाना जिया जाए ना जाए ना जाए ना और पिया रे जिया जाए ना जाए ना जाए ना और पिया रे पिया रे
I have been judged. I have been shamed. I have been chained. But the discriminating social norms could not break me. The time is ticking away. I grow stronger every day. I'm claiming my freedom. I'm claiming my rights. I have got reasons to climb high.
It's almost impossible to take 1 minute and describe Kanchi because of the number of things she's done and the number of incredible journeys she's had. She summited Everest thrice. But when you look at this girl and you see that beautiful smile on her face and that extremely approachable and kind nature and heart, you can never guess that behind that is strength, resilience, perseverance, and so much fighting. Kanchi is a personal inspiration. Every time we put up any video for Bala, the most important photograph we put is of Kanchi holding the Bala bag for us at Everest, and that's the most incredible thing that's happened to us is being associated with you, Kanchi. And I'm sure everyone can't wait to hear your story anymore. So please, Kanchi.
Thank you, Soumya. कुनै दिन आवश्यकता छ धेरैभन्दा धेरै महिलालाई हिमाल देखाई हातमा डोरी दिएर चढ्ने मौका दिन सक्यो भने मात्र खेलकुद क्षेत्रमा बढीभन्दा बढी महिला सहभागिता सम्भव छ हिमाल चढ्नु अत्यन्तै साहसिक र रमाइलो अनुभव हो हिमालले महिला पुरुष भेदभाव गरिँदैन महिला पुरुष दुवैले एउटै चुनौतीको सामना गर्नुपर्दछ
కాంచి ఏం చేస్తుందో తెలుసా మీకు సో నేను ఇంకో మాట చెప్తాను తన స్పీచ్లో తను చెప్పినప్పుడు మీకు మళ్ళీ ట్రాన్స్లేట్ చేసి ముందే సెట్ చేస్తాను సో తనకు అన్నయ్యలు ఉన్నారు కొంతమంది సిస్టర్స్ అవి సో అట్ వన్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ టైం వాళ్ళ అమ్మకి నేను ఎవరెస్ట్ ఎక్కుతానంటే అది అమ్మాయిలు చేసే పని కాదు అబ్బాయిలు చేసే పని నీ వల్ల కాదని తర్వాత తను పైకి వెళ్ళి ఒకసారి కాదు 3 సార్లు వెళ్ళి షీ జస్ట్ ప్రూవ్ దట్ యు నో వాట్ గర్ల్ పవర్ ఇస్ ఆల్ సో నీలాగా మీరు పాల్గొట్టుకోవాలని ఎలా వెళ్ళేస్తున్నారో అమ్మాయి ఎవరెస్ట్ వెళ్ళేస్తున్నారు సో విల్ టాక్ లెట్ హర్ షేర్ హర్ స్టోరీ
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kanchi Tamang. I'm 32-year-old. I'm from Sindhupalchok district of Nepal. Sindhupalchok is one of the top 10 districts knowing from the men trafficking in Nepal. I belong to the same district, and also I'm from the Tamang community that is mostly the women are trafficking from the Tamang community because of lack of education and many reasons. I'm here today because I believe as a person I can contribute at least 0.1% to make the change in this demographic figure of my village. I can stand for women empowerment, and I have started to make that change for myself. I believe education and economic independence play key roles to achieve women empowerment. And that's why I stand here today to share my personal experience about how I struggled for education and economic independence and where I'm here today to share my story. Here is my motherland, Nepal, at the map of Nepal. I want to share a little bit. And Nepal is divided by three regions: Himalayan, hilly region, and Tarai region. And mostly people are staying in Nepal is hilly region. And Nepal has a unique flag in the wall. Birthplace of Gautam Buddha was in Nepal. Its name called Lumpini. And in Nepal is in the world, 14 highest peak in the world. 8 peak is also in Nepal. The name is Sireli, Annapurna, Manaslu, Dhaulagiri, Choyu, Makalu, and Lhotse, and Kanchenjunga, and Mount Everest is we call is Sagarmatha. In Nepal is 120 group in Nepal, and it's Tamang, Newar, Sherpa, and many more. I belong to Tamang community. And here is my village name called Botang, and this is the place that Panch Pokhari is a beautiful place to short trekking from Kathmandu. It's a very famous. Sindupalchok is one of the top 10 districts knowing from the trafficking, and Botang is not so far. In Botang, every house of every woman, mother, daughter, everyone is go for the domestic worker in abroad. And we have here is my family, it's my brother, my mother, and my husband. My mom is passed away last year. Now I will start a little bit my story. I'm the youngest family in my family. I have 3 brothers and 4 sisters that they never go to school. I'm the luckiest person in the family that I have chance to go to school, so I study. One of my brother, the number 3rd brother, he admitted me to the school. That time, admission fee was 50 rupees Nepali, and that amount we don't have in with my father or mother. So one of my brother, he borrowed from his friend 50 rupees and he sent me to the school. I'm heartily thankful to my brother that he sent me to school. So I continue to go to school. My mom giving me popcorn for the snack. And when I go to school, I change with my friend empty copy and pencil with the popcorn. So I have a popcorn, pencil, and pen to write something. I still remember that day. All of my friends are waiting for my popcorn, and they're giving me the copy all the time. I start my education as we have in our village is only 5th grade, and we don't have a higher education. I finished my 5th grade. For the 6th, I have to go to 2-hour walking in the another village. My mom, she doesn't want me to go that much far because I'm a girl. If I go the far another village, then they think that I can meet a lot of men, so maybe I will go with another man in the far away. Or in my village, no any of girls is supposed to school at the time. Only few, when they finish 5th grade, they coming to India to work as a domestic worker, even they're very small. Also my sister, one of my sister, she came to India when I was born that day. When I was 16 years, I met her. Even I don't know her face, how she looks. She was in Delhi for like 16 years. And also, my other sister also, she's working in India. Many girls from my village, they are all working in India and abroad, many different countries. So when I finish my 5th grade, I want to go to the 6th. But all my village people are thinking, my neighbor are thinking that they are telling, why you are studying? You will get what from the education? Better you go abroad to work, earn some money and support to your family. Look at your friend. She was already 2 years working and she sent money to their family. They are supporting. So why you want to go to school? They are giving to my mom is brainwash, like why you're sending your daughter to school. But my father is always, he support me. He giving me what I want. So he admit me to the 6th grade, and my mom was very upset that day. 1 week she's not talking with me because I go to the 6th grade. So I continue my study, and when I was 8th grade, my mom wanted me to get married because in villages, if we stay in the villages, either get married, either go to other country to work. One of the boy is coming to talk about me to get married because I think he liked me. And at the time I was just like 14. I don't want to get married. I want to study, but my mom is forcing me to get married with the guy. And I stopped go to school in the 8th grade, like 3 months. And every day they come in my house to talk, and they want me to go to their house or something. And I still remember that day. I talked to my mom, if you really want me to get with that boy, then you have to send me back to school until at least 10th grade. Let me finish until 10th grade, then I will get married with that boy. So my mom was agree with me because the boy belong to rich family and they have a lot of land, and that's the reason that she want me to go get married with the boy. So she's agree with me to send him back to school. So I was engaged that when I was 14 already. And I make agreement with my mom that she has to wait for me until I finish the 10th grade, so she cannot bother me in the middle. So she say okay. Then I finish my 8th completely. For the 9, 10, I have to go to another village for 2 years. I have to rent the room to stay there. So I go there and I finish also 10th grade. I'm passed to the exam. So in that case, I have to get married with the boy, but the boy was already in Delhi, I think, and he get married with another woman. So I was happy that I'm free from him. So I want to study more. For the higher education, I have to stay in Kathmandu. Until 10th grade, I studied very difficultly because my family was not rich. Income is not that sounds good that they allow me to stay in Kathmandu and study further education. And also, of course, my mom will never send me to Kathmandu because I was young already at that time, and she don't want me to go or stay in Kathmandu because they said being girl is staying far is not good. I have 3 options in beside me. One, being a girl, we have to marry with the man holding household work, take care of child and husband life. That's it. And another is I can go to work in abroad or India or anywhere. There is no any option for my education, so I choose to come to India to work. In 2005, I came to Delhi, and I started to work as a domestic worker. In first time in my life, the experience as working in household work is so horrible. Even we are poor in Nepal, we have freedom. We can do whatever we want. But when I was in India working in household work, is like they treat me as I'm not a human being. This was so painful. It's a very difficult for me. I cannot sit with them in the couch. I cannot sit them in the chair, same chair in the car, or I cannot eat with them. I take care of one baby, so I go out with the children. Sometimes I go out with their family in dinner. They have dinner in the round table with happily, and I sit alone and they order me food. I cannot eat that food. I feel like maybe I'm not a human being. Maybe, I don't know, that's a very painful moment. Like I feel like everyone is staring at me. And my employers asked me, did you finish your dinner? I say yes. Because I didn't even touch the food, she can see the food there. And she said, you can take kids outside. And I took the kids out and playing with the kids with full of pain up inside my heart. I was crying there, and I stayed hungry all night. I worked there is like a month, and I skipped that work. I go to second house. I take care of one old woman, and there's two family. One is sons, and down is mother. Up is working is one Indian girl also. I don't know where is she from. I forgot because it's a long time. I'm taking care of the old woman. That the time is the girl who is working with the son. She is raped by son. She shared me all the story. I was so afraid. I was so afraid that I cannot help her, and I was afraid also same things will happen to me in future, I think, because we are at the same house. I don't know what to do, so I run away from there also. So I go to third family. In third family, I found a little bit breathing space. I get chance to learn English. I get chance to learn many more there. I worked there is 2 years. So I want to go to Egypt to earn a little bit more for the better future. In 2010, I go to India, Egypt. By that time, I'm ready to face for difficultness, hardship, and everything. I'm prepared. I know many things. During I work in Egypt, I cannot say it's very good, but I cannot say also it's very bad. I'm happy to work, whatever is my work, I respect my work. I don't care what is the household work or whatever. I work very hard. I wake up 5 o'clock in the morning until 1 or 2, sometimes 3. I'm happy to working, but sometimes when I get sick, I don't have rest time. I have a lot of medicine I can eat, but no rest time. That times I really feel pain. During there, one of girl from my village, she come also to work in Egypt. She is never nearby me. She has fight with her employer, and she locked her in the basement. She is not allowed to work, not allowed to food, nothing, just in the basement. I took her food with hiding, and she asked her employee if she want to go back, but she said, if you pay like $5,000, you can go back. She's holding her passport. And how could we can pay $5,000? She's just coming there for work. And she said that even I kill you, no one cannot do anything. That much power I have. She's talking like that for her. And so I'm so afraid she will die because no food and no anything. I was really worried, I don't know what to do. And where I work is, I talked to the driver there and he helped me because we're at the very high compound that we cannot go out alone. There's a big gate and secretary and many things. We need either a private car or the gate pass to go out. So I talked to the driver and, please can you take out from the compound, I will pay you a little bit. And he said, yes, he will help me. Then in the night when he going home, I go to there that she can come out from the gate where she would stay, and I let her come out. I put her in the car and let her go out. I sent to another friend. Now she come back safely in Nepal, and she already married. She has kids also. I saved her life. During the work, also there I'm taking care of baby. So in the summer we go to the beach with the kids. There's many girls like me coming with the small kids to play. Philippines and Indonesia and Myanmar, we have a similar face that we cannot know that where we belong to. So when we play with the kids, I met some Nepali girls who are coming from the agency through. And one day I talked to her. She's also from Sintapalso. She says she's not allowed to use the phone. She's not allowed to use the internet or nothing. She don't have holiday or anything. And when we are talking, her employer see me there, so she come to me. She talking to me, what's wrong? She said, I told her, she's also Nepali, so I'm just talking to her. She's very rude with me. None of your business to talk with my maid or something, she told me like that. I'm so afraid that how she is, because I never see her again. In Abroad, many women facing very difficultness. Some women are raping by house owner. Some women are returning with pregnant, and many things. That the time is I met in social network, through social network. One of now he's my husband. Yeah, we are a friend. We are being friends. So I share everything with what is going around me. He told me that if you really want to do something for the women, if you want to fight that what is happening around you, I will help you. I asked him, how? You can come back to Nepal. He was in California at that time. I was in Egypt. You can come back to the Nepal. So I will help you. I will show you the way that you can fight for the women. You can stand for the women. So of course I want to do that. So I come back in 2016 May. He suggests me to climb Mount Everest with carry message. So we, in the beginning, as a training, I did the 16,000 in 2016 October. It's called Mera Peak. In first time, even we're Nepali, around us is a lot of mountain, but we never touch mountain. We never get chance to go there. In first time in my life, I go to mountain. without training, without nothing. I just go with him. It was success. I climbed 6,000. When I was in the top, I have different kind of feeling. I don't know what exactly at the time. Then come back to Kathmandu. So we want to do the Everest in this coming spring. So it start making camping. First thing, I go to my family. I ask my parents that I want to climb Everest. Everyone is laughing at me. Climbing Everest? Why? Hold your family responsibly. I don't have that much money that I can afford myself. And I talk about it, like how much amount I need for the mountain, and everyone thinks that I'm crazy. If my family ignore it. And try to understanding us, people are try to support us. So people are starting support, and day by day is the news are flashing. So many people knows, and I connect to the UN Women. UN Women is supporting me also. And 2017, 21 May, we're in the top. This is the base camp that 5,300 meter, and this is camp 1, 5,900 meter. I want to share a little bit experience about the camp 1 and base camp between the climbing. Ice fall is the very dangerous part of the climbing because it's ice fall that any time it can fall and break and anything can happen. It's a very dangerous part. When I start in the base camp to camp 1, then during that I have a period in the ice fall. At that time I feel like being a woman is everything is very difficult for us. My tummy start pain and I don't have anything because I don't know that it's going to happen. Until camp 1 I start to walk, but camp 1 to camp 2 is both of my legs. It's like I cannot step in even one step. It's very painful for me. I was thinking many times that I want to give up. I cannot do any more because it's very difficult for me. I was crying all the way, and Pepper was just behind me. He's trying to supporting. At that time, I feel like, Nancy, you have to do it. You are climbing not for yourself. You are climbing for the women. You are carrying message for the women. So I have feeling that time is every woman are pushing me. You have to do it. You can do it. Keep moving. Camp 1 to Camp 3 is I think a 3-hour takes, but for me that time is like 7 hours. I reached to the Camp 2 is in the night. At least I reached the Camp 2, and I rest there. I took a little bit medicine and warmth, and they give me 1 day extra rest day, so I feel much better. So we moved to Camp 3. This is Camp 2 to Camp 3 on the way. This is Camp 3, the 7,300 meter. It's also ice wall. It's very difficult hanging the rope. This is called a rock wind. Yellow wind is a way to Camp 4. This is Camp 4 that last camp that in climbing we rest here is like 2 to 3 hours. Then we move in the night to the summit. Like 10 o'clock I start in the night. And there is nearby summit. When I was here, like when we moved to Camp 4, that South Summit, I reached the South Summit. A little bit light it become morning, and I saw like South Summit is here, so I thought here is Everest. So when I reached there, it still is there one step up. There is another hill, and I thought there is Everest. Then when I reached there is another hill up. It's never ended. Because it's very tired, and finally we are near the summit. And this is the top of the wall that finally dreams become true. It's a Sagarmatha. Yeah, we are a people, not a property. Stop human trafficking. And my win is win for all the girls and women around the world. This is my culture dress that I wear in the top because I was the first among women to climb Mount Everest, so I took my culture dress, ethnic. After Everest, I want to share a bit during the Everest one small story that I forgot before. When I prepared to the Everest, Vinay and Vanilla came to Nepal to base camp trekking, and my husband was their guide, so I just go with them as a part of my training to the Everest base camp. During that, Vinay and Vanilla was very close to me. I learned from the Vanilla. When she reached the base camp, during that it's very difficult for her. She was just 14-year-old at the time, and even very hard for her. She don't want to give up. She want to reach to the base camp because she come to the base camp for the charity. Anyhow, she want to do that. I was holding her hand and trying to help her. I told her many times, Vanilla, give up. You don't have to go. Just go back because because of altitude sickness. It's very hard for her. She's from the flatland, so it's very difficult. Still, she don't want to give up. So I learned from her one thing is never give up. That's the most important that I'm inspired from her. And mountain teach me that one is confidence in myself. And also the mountain give the message of the equality because there is the same road, same road, and everything same that men and women are walking in the same road to reach top. There is no easy road for the women. So I believe that women can do anything. So like this, Vinay and us is connecting, and Ravi Dai is a brother in Nepali, so I call you Dai. We are here like 3 years now. I'm here in field just 3 years. Before that, I was just working inside the household work. I explored myself just 3 years, so I was very new in the field. I need to learn many things, so everyone need to guide me, please. And second time is I lead 7 Nepali women to climb Mount Everest. Even where Nepali, even where we have a lot of mountains, very few women are climbing mountains. So I want to promote Nepali tourism all over the world because tourism is the best and good income for the women empowerment that women can earn easily. For the working in the tourism sector, we don't need higher education. We can work anything. We can work as a high altitude guide. We can work as a trekking guide. We work as a homestay and many things. So we are exposing the tourism in Nepal and also in my place especially. I'm working now in our rural municipality as a vice chairperson in tourism department. we're helping in the women in our area. And we are sponsoring the girl education mostly in my place because I know because of lack of education that how difficult for us. And I have faced that some of my friends who are working in Uproot, even they can have the kids. If kids has to give medicine, they don't know how to read the medicine name. It's very difficult. Education is the most important in our life. So before, no one's behind us to support us for our education. So we don't want any more one country to face all difficulties. So we are supporting now the Gold Sponsorship Program. At least if they finish at least 12th grade, they know what is right and what is wrong. They can decision their own life. I'm not telling that going abroad or going out of country to work is worse. It's not. But at least you have to know what you are doing. You have to know that where you are going. You have to know culture about where the place. So we are sharing the Nepal is for the girls awareness program and many things. And Ravi are supporting us. Thank you, Ravi. And also we are supporting in Nepali girls to become a mountaineer, trekking guide, and many things. And second time, 2018 May 22, I submit again with the 7 Nepali girls. The 7 of us we successfully climb second. And third is I don't have any plan to climb Everest, but finally between 1 week, I make suddenly decision. One of Indian women and Chinese and from Nepali. We are 3 of us is carrying the Visit Nepal 2020 message. So we start in 2019 also it's summit 23 May 23 successfully. And the bad news is during the climbing, the Indian lady who was from Odisha, she was passed away on the way descent down. Very sad about it. We try our best to save her life, but we couldn't. Yeah, and I want to share a little bit about next coming project. I become in love with mountain hikings. I still want to climb more and more. And we just did 2 weeks before one new peak, the we call Virgin Peak, who never climbed. And climbing new peak I think is more difficult than climbing Everest because we have to set up our own road. It's a very technical. For us, 4 women from the 4 different countries, we make summit this time. Aim of this climbing this new peak is we want to do 14 peaks of the highest mountain in the world. Our vision is to climb 14 peaks for the women empowerment, only women group. We are already 4 now, and we want to collect 14 women from the 14 different countries to climb 14 peaks.
Yes, she's coming. She's coming.
Please welcome. So we start already our first step. Second step we will start in the September. We will do 1 or 2 8,000. So it's a coming new project. Thank you.
I hope the Oak Ridge kids learned a lesson from what Kanchi said about how she exchanged popcorn for pencils. Right? There's so many women in this room who actually move mountains at home every single day, especially your moms. Yet all your kids have a reason to complain in spite of your moms doing all that they can, which is almost nothing short of moving a mountain. I'm sure a lot of you guys were probably getting a little restless because Kanchi was going on and on and on. కానీ ఇక్కడ she was trying to tell her story, what happened in the last 10 years. And how many of you actually know how many more Kanchis are actually there? Who are actually going through what she went for 10 years. But at the end of that journey, there is only one Kanchi who made it a point to go to the top of Mount Everest, not just once, but thrice. I guess the greatest lesson we can all take here is, if you believe in something, you make it happen. That was the first time, right? The next time what she did was she actually took an all-woman gang top of Mount Everest. That's another feat by itself. You guys agree? నేను ఏం చెప్తున్నానమ్మా, తన కష్టాన్ని 10 ఏళ్ల కష్టాన్ని ఇక్కడ పావుగంటలో చెప్పింది. 10 నిమిషాల తర్వాత అందరూ ఫోన్లు తీసి రెస్ట్లెస్ అయిపోతున్నాం మనం, ఎప్పటికవుతుంది అంటే. కానీ ప్రతి ఒక్కళ్ళు, ఎస్పెషల్లీ అమ్మాయిలందరూ ఇంట్లో రోజుకి ఒక కొండని మూవ్ చేస్తున్నారు, రైట్? పిల్లల్ని పెంచడం, రైట్? హస్బెండ్స్ ఉద్యోగాలు లేకపోతే వచ్చే కష్టాలు మాకు పెద్దగా ఐడియా లేదు. మన పిల్లలకేమో రోజుకి 3 టిఫిన్లు కావాలి, వాడికి పొద్దున్న పెట్టింది సాయంత్రం తింటారు. అలాంటి జనరేషన్ పిల్లల్లో తనకి ఇచ్చిన ఫుడ్నే ఎక్స్చేంజ్ చేసి పెన్సిల్స్ తెచ్చుకుందాం, రైట్? I know this is a long story, and I was completely moved of what Kanchi was saying, and I was trying to walk in her shoes. ఒక్క అడుగు కూడా వేయలేకపోయాను when she was talking about that. కాంచి విషయంలో ఒక్క అడుగు వేయలేకపోయాను. నెక్స్ట్ రాబిన్ వస్తుంది, అడుగు కాదు కదా, ఊపిరి ఆగిపోతుంది మనకి. Just wait. So because we have to neutralize and have a little breathing room, I'm going to ask Anjali to come back, and she's going to sing this amazing track, one of my favorites, Khamoshiya. And right after that, we'll have actually Robin come do the honors. And if you guys are hungry, please raise your hand. We'll actually break for dinner or something. I know some of my sisters here are already feeling asleep, so the song will wake them up. Anjali beta.
खामोशियाँ आवाज है, तुम धुन को हिलाओ जरा। खामोशियाँ एक साज है, तुम धुन को हिलाओ जरा। बेकरार है बात करने को, कहने दो इनको जरा। खामोशियाँ तेरी मेरी खामोशियाँ, खामोशियाँ लिपटी हुई खामोशियाँ। क्या उस गली में कभी तेरा जाना हुआ जहाँ से ज़माने को गुज़रा ज़माना हुआ। मेरा समय तो वहीं पे है ठहरा हुआ। बताऊं तुम्हें क्या मेरे साथ क्या क्या हुआ। खामोशियाँ एक साज है, तुम धुन को हिलाओ जरा। खामोशियाँ आवाज है, तुम्हें महसूस होती है क्या। बेकरार है बात करने को, कहने दो
I don't even know where to start. So we have amongst us one of my other superheroes. Her name is Robin Chaurasiya, and she has absolutely done wonders with some amazing girls. And one of us is actually with us here today. But before we get to do that, presenting the Red Light Express.
You know, I think we started getting like so focused on Twitter because we really realized how much it can be used as a tool for mindset change, like changing people's minds about sex work, about red light areas, about these girls.
डांस करने से मेरा थेरेपी जैसा बढ़ जाता है।
गाना गा के मैं शांत हो पाती हूँ।
मैं एक्टिंग इसलिए कर रही हूँ कि मुझे बहुत पसंद है।
The strength and the ability of human spirit to bounce back.
When I was 10, I was abused. What happened to you when you were 10? What happened to you when you were 10? What happened to you when you were 10?
I spent the first third of your show crying. So the people who don't believe in what we do are never going to believe in what we do.
तू दिमाग पे चढ़ कमाती है तो गलत नहीं है। तो मैं शरीर पे चढ़ कमाती हूँ तो गलत क्यों है?
I really admire you girls for the smile, the braveness to come out and say what has happened in your life.
मैं चीखती रही, चिल्लाती रही। किसी ने मेरी आवाज़ नहीं सुनी।
मेरे रोंगटे खड़े हो गए आपसे।
मैं थक गई, मेरे पैर थक गए। मैं नहीं नाचूंगा।
The way Jaya's done theatre with them is extremely therapeutic for them.
Thank you for coming to share your story.
Next station, red light area. अरे लड़कियों, कुछ आया कि नहीं कमाया?
100-200 रुपया?
Why do you call them red light area? Again and again.
We want to say yes, we are from that red light area. बोले तो कमाटी पूरा।
उम्र हो जाते थे लोग को 50-60 रुपए में वो लोग काम करते हैं।
We could all, you know, between us try to explain to them why they should change the way that they think or the way that they talk about themselves, or we can take on the task of changing the world's perspective, and that's what we've chosen to do.
अगले शो में हमारे जहाँ पे भी होगा तुम दोनों का रोल इंटरचेंज होगा।
Do you want to change the story? Yes. Do you want to change the story? Yes. Do you want to change the story?
There is no education that can replace the time that they're receiving now by traveling and interacting with numerous people.
The survivors of trafficking that we meet in New York, and then there's these multi-million-dollar houses in Naperville, Illinois, and you know, the world between those and the difference between those.
वही तो challenging था कि घर ढूंढना, because किसी को भी हमारे background के बारे में पता चलता है तो everyone avoid
क्यों हम नॉर्मल जिंदगी नहीं जी सकते?
Sexually abused me when I was young. हर एक पल याद आ रहा था कि उसने कब मुझे किस जगह पर मारा।
मैं प्राउडली बोलना चाहूँगी कि हाँ मैं रणनी की बेटी हूँ, बट आज उसकी बेटी बहुत आगे बढ़ी है।
Everyone's wounded in some way. Everyone, poor, rich, American, Indian, Asian, white, black, everyone is.
Yes, we are wounded, but you're wounded healers. And so you, everywhere you go, you heal.
I'm going to take your smiles and use that as my strength all the time.
The real answer is that I just want all of them to live happy lives, right? There are some girls who we work with who really struggle with like depression, self-harm. Everything looks nice and pretty on the stage and beautiful in the play, but
there's a lot of things that we really do struggle with. And if those girls can just make it through life without committing suicide, or, you know, like if they can just survive life and be happy and quit harming themselves, that's it.
Chaurasiya.
It's really pleasure, honor, I don't know what to say, to be here among such amazing, amazing, amazing women. And all of you as well, all of you and all of you girls back there. I've already heard so many amazing things about all of you, so very excited to be here. Ready, set, go, translate.
All right. So, what did she just say? All right. Cool. So, మీ అందరి మధ్యలో తను వాళ్ళు ఉండడం చాలా హ్యాపీగా ఉంది. Just said she was absolutely delighted to be in company of amazing girls and women at all tables.
No, you didn't. You said like 3 words.
No, yeah, Telugu messy.
Okay, cool. I don't want to just talk, so guess what? I'm going to ask you guys a lot of questions. So I hope you're ready to answer some questions. Okay? I've been doing this work. Kranti is an organization that supports girls from Mumbai's red light areas. So, do you know how to say sex worker?
Yes.
Yes, wow. Okay, and we work with girls who are either trafficked or sold into sex work, or girls who are daughters of sex workers born and raised in the red light areas of Mumbai. Go.
I actually need to ask my sister here.
Are we changing translators? Yeah.
వ్యభిచారం అంటే తెలుసు కదా అందరికీ, right? That is the topic that we're actually going to hit here. So, ముంబైలో the most infamous red light area ఉంటుంది కమాతిపూర్ అని చెప్పి, మన రాబిన్, so that said where she actually started working. తను చెప్పబోయే నెక్స్ట్ మాట ముందు నేను ఆల్రెడీ మీకు ప్రీ కండిషన్ సెట్ చేసేస్తాను. ఇందులో చాలామంది ఆడపిల్లలు వాళ్ళ అమ్మలు వాళ్ళకి చిన్న వయసులో 17-16 ఏళ్ళు ఉన్నప్పుడు ఆ సెక్స్ వర్క్లోకి, ఆ వ్యభిచారంలోకి వాళ్ళని ట్రాఫిక్ చేసేసారు. ఆ తర్వాత పిల్లలు పుట్టారు. వాళ్ళ అమ్మ చేసిన దానికి ఆ పిల్లలకి సంబంధం లేదు, రైట్? And that's exactly when Robin's story starts.
It's been 9 years now that I've been doing this work, and basically, I think that the people that I work with are the most amazing people I've ever met in the world. And I'm going to give you a 5-minute summary of everything that I have learned in the last 9 years.
తను 9 ఏళ్ళ నుంచి చేస్తుంది. నెక్స్ట్ 5 నిమిషాల్లో తను 9 ఏళ్ళ పడ్డ కష్టం, ఆ జర్నీ ఇప్పుడు మీకు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను.
Okay, here's question 1 for all of you guys. Is everyone awake? Raise your hand if you're awake.
అందరూ లేచే ఉన్నారా?
Okay, wake up, wake up. Okay. Here's the first question. What is the purpose of life?
మీ లైఫ్లో మీ పర్పస్ ఏంటి?
I could have done that translation.
పర్పస్ తెలుగులో ఏమంటారు?
Maksad.
లక్ష్యం. మీ జీవితంలో మీ లక్ష్యం ఏమిటి? Who wants to go first?
Anyone? Come on, guys. Hey, chup tum. One of the young girls here, please.
సెరూస్ నుంచి ఎవరు చెప్తారా? రమాదేవి, లక్ష్మి, మీ లైఫ్లో మీ లక్ష్యం ఏంటమ్మా?
I'm teaching field.
So Lakshmi wants to be a teacher. Anybody else wants to go? I'm going to go with Oak Ridge. Tanmay, what is your purpose for life?
Being happy and making people happy.
Being happy and making people happy is what Tanmay said. I'm going to ask one of my other nieces here as well.
Great.
What do you want to do, baby? What's your purpose for life?
Be my son.
Love that answer.
Awesome, thank you. Who was the young girl who just answered second? Is that your niece?
That's Tanmay.
Okay. Whether it's getting an education, whether it's reading a book, it is always seeking happiness. Now the cool thing is that this is true for you, and this is true for everyone in this room. It's true for every woman in the world. It's true for every man in the world. It's true for every dog in the world. It's true for every cat in the world. You have this in common with every single being on this planet.
సో ఐ థింక్ మనం ఏమన్నా అంటే మన జీవితంలో మన లక్ష్యం మనం అందరూ హ్యాపీగా ఉండడం, మనతో పాటు ఉన్న వాళ్ళందరినీ హ్యాపీగా ఉంచడం, రైట్? సో అది మనిషి కావచ్చు, జంతువు కావచ్చు, పక్షి కావచ్చు, ఎవరైనా కావచ్చు, రైట్? లైక్ పుట్టిన ప్రతి ప్రాణికి లక్ష్యం హ్యాపీగా ఉండడమే కదా.
I really don't know. Can someone verify the translation skills here?
Yes.
Yeah, it's okay? Are you sure?
Spot on.
Okay. So I learned this from a girl who was sold to somebody at the age of 9. And she came to Kranti when she was 14 years old, and almost every day she would sit and like cut herself. And she never went to school. She really struggled with depression. She struggled with a lot of things. But after a lot of therapy and a lot of medicine and stuff, the thing that I respect most about this girl is that she spends 90% of her day laughing and making everyone around her laugh.
రాబిన్ తన జీవితంలో తన లక్ష్యం తనకి ఒక 9-year-old పాపను కలిసినప్పుడు తనకు తెలిసి వచ్చింది. అది ముంబై అక్కడ మధ్యప్రదేశ్ నుంచి. కాకపోతే ఈ అమ్మాయిని ఏంటంటే 9 years అప్పుడు ఆ అమ్మాయి అమ్మేశారు. సో సెక్స్ ట్రేడ్లోకి అమ్మేశారు అమ్మాయిని. సో 14 years ఉన్నప్పుడు రాబిన్ దగ్గరికి వచ్చింది. రోజు అమ్మాయి తనకున్న ట్రామాని మేనేజ్ చేసుకోవడానికి చేయి కోసేసుకునేది. వెరీ సూసైడల్ టెండెన్సీస్, రైట్? కాకపోతే ఆ పిల్ల మిగతా వాళ్ళందరికీ హ్యాపీనెస్ ఇప్పుడు నవ్వుతూ అవతల వాళ్ళకి ఇప్పుడు హ్యాపీనెస్ పంచేది అన్నమాట.
I hope you guys are taking notes. Is somebody taking notes? Monty looks like she's taking notes. This is a question that I ask myself all the time, and I would just like to remind you. Whenever we have our days thinking life is so hard, it is so terrible, I'm so miserable, all I have to do is look at Pinky and think to myself, if she can laugh today, why can't I laugh?
సో ఒక 9 ఏళ్ల వయసులో ఒక ఆడపిల్లని అమ్మేస్తే 14 yearsకి తను రాబిన్ దగ్గరకు వచ్చి అలాంటి అమ్మాయి రోజు పక్క వాళ్ళని నవ్వించి వాళ్ళకి హ్యాపీనెస్ ఇవ్వగలిగినప్పుడు మనం చాలా చిన్న చిన్న విషయాలకి ఇంట్లో చేతులు ఎత్తేస్తాం. మన పిల్లలు ఆ కష్టం కూడా పడకుండానే ముందే హ్యాండ్స్ అప్ అంటారు వాళ్ళు. సో మన లైఫ్లో మన కంప్లైంట్ ఏంటి అంటే పింకీని చూసి మనం ఏదైనా నేర్చుకోగలమా? ఐ థింక్ వీ క్యాన్, రైట్?
And by the way, Pinky is the girl who was singing at the end, Muskarane. That was her.
పింకీ లాస్ట్ ఇంతక వీడియోలో చూసినప్పుడు లాస్ట్ నవ్వుతుంది కదా అమ్మాయి. అది ఎప్పుడు అంటే దాని మొహమే నవ్వు మొహం దాన్ని. దాన్ని చూస్తే మనకి మన శ్రమ మన అలసట పోతుంది. కానీ అంత కష్టపడిన అమ్మాయి. అండ్ వీఆర్ జస్ట్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ పింకీ. ఒక్క అమ్మాయి గురించి మాట్లాడుతున్నాం, ఇంకా 20 మంది ఉన్నారు అక్కడ.
Question 2. Is everyone still awake? Yeah. Okay. Question 2. That table looks very awake. Oh, they're not allowed to answer questions anymore. Yeah. Cool. Question 2 is, what is the definition of success? How do you know when you're successful? What does success mean to you?
సక్సెస్ తెలుగులో ఏమంటారా?
One of the girls again.
ఓకే, మీ విజయాన్ని మీరు ఎలాగ డిసైడ్ చేస్తారు అంటే మీరు సక్సెస్ఫుల్ అయ్యారండి? లెట్స్ ఆస్క్ Soumya here. How do you define success, Amma?
If you're able to make others happy, if you're able to make others happy, if you're able to help others in their livelihood.
Wonderful. I don't need any more answers because she's very smart. Okay, so I'm Indian American, just like I think you consider yourself Indian American. And I also grew up in a place where everyone says education is the answer to everything. And I believed that until I met Sheetal. Sheetal is a girl in the video who says, "Kyun hum normal zindagi nahi ji sakte?"
సో రాబిన్ కూడా అమెరికాలో పుట్టి పెరిగింది. సో అమెరికాలో పుట్టినప్పుడు అక్కడ పెరిగినప్పుడు అంతసేపు ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే ఇప్పటికీ ఇండియాలో కూడా చాలా మందికి ఇదే సేమ్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్. చదువు ఒక్కటే ఉంటే సరిపోతుందని చాలామంది అనుకుంటున్నారు. అది కాదు అని చెప్పి రాబిన్కి అర్థమయ్యేలా చెప్పింది శీతల్. శీతల్ అంటే నాకు చాలా ఇష్టం. అది మా దగ్గరకు వచ్చి ఉంది కూడా ఇండియాలో, మళ్ళీ యూఎస్లో. నేను కూడా దాని దగ్గర చాలా నేర్చుకున్నాను.
That was over translation.
No, I said my connection with Sheetal. I was just trying to add a little more.
So I met Sheetal when she was 17 years old, and she had been in 4th and 7th standard, and that was it. And at the age of 12, she started working, as many of the girls talk about in the video.
శీతల్ అది 4th చదివింది, 7th చదివింది, డైరెక్ట్గా 10th వెళ్ళిపోయింది. మధ్యలో చదువుకోలేదు అది. ఆ తర్వాత వర్క్ స్టార్ట్ చేసింది.
So when Sheetal came to Kranti, we put her in 10th and we thought, okay, we'll do lots of study, education, and she failed. We put her in 10th again and she failed again.
So because I continuity లేకపోవడం వల్ల దాని క్లాస్లో వేసినప్పుడు ఫెయిల్ అవుతూ పోతుంది అన్నమాట.
And finally the girl's therapist said to me, why are you forcing her to do something she feels like a failure at? Why don't you just let her do something that makes her feel successful?
Right. So వాళ్ళ థెరపిస్ట్ ఏం చెప్పిందంటే తనకి ఇష్టం లేని పని కానీ లేకపోతే అది సక్సెస్ అవ్వలేని దాంట్లో ఎందుకు తోస్తున్నావు అని చెప్పి. మనం ప్రతిదానికి మన పిల్లల్ని నువ్వు పుట్టావు కదా, నువ్వు ఇంజనీర్ అయిపోవాలి, నువ్వు డాక్టర్ అయిపోవాలి, నువ్వు రైతు అయిపోవాలి, నువ్వు అది అయిపోవాలని చెప్తాం కదా. వాళ్ళకి ఇంట్రెస్ట్ లేకుండా వాళ్ళ మీద ఎందుకు ఫోర్స్ చేస్తావు అని.
And you know what Sheetal felt successful at and she really enjoyed? Is playing the drums.
శీతల్కి డ్రమ్స్ ప్లే చేయడం అంటే చాలా ఇష్టం. అది రియలైజ్ అయ్యేటప్పటికి చాలా టైం పట్టింది. షీఈ్ అమేజింగ్.
Why are some of the sentences longer and some of them so much shorter? What's going on here?
It's Sheetal, so I'm just adding a little more.
Okay, so Sheetal, basically we quit school. We just quit school. And we applied to music school. We applied to every single music school in India and nobody accepted her. Then we applied to 2 in the US and 2 in the UK and everyone accepted her. And she got a scholarship for 9 months to go study drums in Washington for 9 months.
సో ఇండియాలో చాలా చోట్ల మేము మ్యూజిక్ స్కూల్స్ కోసం అప్లై చేసాం. రాలేదు. మొత్తానికి అమెరికాలో ఒక స్కూల్లో దానికి మ్యూజిక్ స్కూల్లో అడ్మిషన్ వచ్చింది.
She came back to India after the 9 months and she started working as a like a drum teacher in slums, in schools, in NGOs, with children of sex workers. She basically, last year, she worked with 600 teenage girls in 22 BMC schools in Mumbai.
So tanu, I mean like Robin చెప్పింది, can you give me a little liberty to tell a little more background on Sheetal? Before. Okay, after next okay, fine. So తను యుఎస్ నుంచి నేర్చుకున్న తర్వాత ఇండియాకి వచ్చిన తర్వాత షీ 600 మంది పిల్లలకి షీ వాజ్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఏబుల్ టు ట్రైన్ డ్రమ్స్, రైట్? డ్రమ్స్ థెరపీకి కూడా వాడుతుంటారు, లైక్ టు హీల్ పీపుల్.
But why didn't any Indian school accept her?
Because of the background that she's from.
సో తురి అడిగిన క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటంటే ఇండియాలో ఎందుకు యాక్సెప్ట్ చేయట్లేదు, రైట్? అది నేను చెప్తాను ఆన్సర్ ఒక 2 minutes లో. లెట్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఫినిష్.
But I want to come back to what you said because Sheetal never finished 10th. But now when I look at her and I think of success, I literally think success is the smile on Sheetal's face when she's drumming and the smiles on all the hundreds and thousands of kids who would never hold a drum if it wasn't for her. And this is also a question that I ask myself almost every day. How many people did you make smile today? And I think this is a general question for absolutely everyone. How many people did you make smile today? We interact with so many people. The person who drove you here, the person who opened the door, the person who just brought snacks around to you. All of these people, you have an opportunity to smile at them and create something positive, or you have the opportunity to just ignore them. How many people do you make smile in a day?
మీలో ఎంతమంది ఎవ్రీ డే అవతల వాళ్ళ మొహంలో నవ్వు చూడాలనుకుంటారు? ఆ నవ్వుకు కారణం మీరై ఉంటారు. తను అనేది ఏంటంటే మనం ఇప్పుడు బయలుదేరి వచ్చినప్పుడు, కారు ఎక్కినప్పుడు, తలుపు తీసినప్పుడు, లేకపోతే ఇక్కడ మనకు వచ్చి సర్వ్ చేశారు కానీ లేకపోవడం ఎంతమందిని కలిసాం కదా కూడా. ఈజ్ ద గ్రేటర్ పర్పస్ ప్రతి ఒక్కరు మొహంలో నవ్వు చూడడం, దానికి కారణం మనమే అవడం ఇంపార్టెంట్ కాదా? అది నిజమైన పర్పస్ కాదా అని అడుగుతుంది.
Do you agree with this translation as well? Yeah, not bad. Okay, I'll keep him on then. I was going to. No. Okay, and the last question, because he wants to share something else. So, but my last question for you. I think all of us wonder sometimes, what does it take to live a life of purpose? Right? How do you make meaning in your life? How do you create a meaningful life? That's the third question. How do you create a meaningful life?
Ravi, meaningful life అంటే ఏంటి?
అర్థవంతమైన జీవితం.
మన కోసం మీనింగ్ఫుల్ లైఫ్.
అర్థవంతమైన జీవితం.
అర్థవంతమైన జీవితాన్ని మన కోసం క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవడం ఎలా?
క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవడం కాదు,
సాధించడం. ఓకే, అర్థవంతమైన జీవితాన్ని సాధించడం ఎలా?
జీవితంలో ఒక లక్ష్యాన్ని ఎంచుకుని ఆ లక్ష్యాన్ని సాధించాలంటే ముందుగా మనల్ని మనం జయించుకోవడమే పెద్ద లక్ష్యం.
I will translate that in a slightly different way. మనం జీవితంలో మార్పు కోరుకోవాలన్నా లేకపోతే మనమే లైక్ మనం ఏదైనా సాధించాలన్నా అతను మనల్ని మనం జయించుకోవాలి, రైట్? సో ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు bring change, you have to be the change, right? We can kind of use that in a little context. So I think what she's saying is for us to win the greater battles and victories, we need to win ourselves. Like we need to, I can't put the right words in the mouth right now, but.
Is from Andhra, and she was trafficked to Mumbai at the age of 9. And when she was 11 and she had her first menstrual cycle, she was auctioned to the person who would pay the most money.
నాకే కష్టంగా ఉంది చెప్పాలండి. సో ఆంధ్ర నుంచి ఒక అమ్మాయిని 9 years వయసులో ముంబైకి ట్రాఫిక్ చేసేసారు, అంటే అమ్మేశారు ఫస్ట్ టైం. 11 ఏళ్ళకి అమ్మాయికి పీరియడ్స్ స్టార్ట్ అయిన తర్వాత మార్కెట్లో అమ్మకానికి పెట్టేశారు దాన్ని.
So, but this woman, she's 40 something now, but what I really learned from her is how to live a meaningful life. Because I think every woman who is a sex worker, she wakes up every day not to live for herself. She wakes up to live for her children, so her children can learn English, so her children can go to school, so her children can have a regular job. This is the reason that they do this work.
సో ఇందాక 9 ఏళ్ళ వయసులో ట్రాఫిక్ అయిన అమ్మాయి 11 ఏళ్ళకి వయసు వచ్చిన తర్వాత అమ్మేశారు అమ్మాయి, రైట్? సో అప్పటి నుంచి వ్యభిచారం చేస్తుంది. కానీ ఆ వ్యభిచారం చేయడానికి రీజన్ తన కోసం మాత్రం కాదు, తన పిల్లలు బాగా చదువుకోవాలని చెప్పి తన పిల్లల కోసం చేస్తుంది, కానీ తన కోసం చేయట్లేదు. ఆ అమ్మాయిని అమ్మేసినప్పుడు తన తప్పు లేదు అందులో, కరెక్ట్?
Raise your hand if you're a mom, mother. Mothers, raise your hand if you're a mother.
ఇక్కడ అమ్మలు ఎంతమంది ఉన్నారు? చేతులు ఎత్తండి. సునంద,
Once you count.
మాన్సీకి 30 మంది పిల్లలు ఉన్నారు, చేతులు ఎత్తమ్మా.
I think.
I said you have 30 kids, raise your hand.
I think I can guarantee that every single woman who is in this room, if you had to do sex work to raise your child, every single one of you would go do sex work.
నిజంగా ఆ పరిస్థితి వస్తే ఒక అమ్మ కింద అని వేరే చాయిస్, వేరే గతి లేనప్పుడు మన పిల్లల్ని చదివించడానికి ఎవరైనా కూడా వ్యభిచారం చేస్తారు అని చెప్తున్నారు.
So the event or the situation that I learned this from is one of the Kranti girls is here with me, Tanya. Say hi. So Tanya's mother died almost 6 years ago.
సో మనలో ఇప్పుడు తను చెప్పబోయే స్టోరీ తాన్యాది. మీరందరూ కలిసారు ఆల్రెడీ పొద్దున్న. And if some of you haven't met Tanya, please raise your hand so everybody can see you, right? And తను కూడా వచ్చి మాట్లాడుతుంది. సో వాళ్ళ మామ ఒక 5 ఏళ్ళ కింద చనిపోయారు.
Okay, so when her mother died, I was traveling and I called this woman, Zarina is her name, the Telugu woman. I called Zarina and I said, will you make arrangements for her funeral? She took care of everything.
సో జరీనా అని ఇంతకుముందు చెప్పాను కదా, సో తను కూడా క్రాంతిలోనే ఉంటుంది. వాళ్ళు తానే వాళ్ళ అమ్మగారు చనిపోయిన తర్వాత నాకు కాల్ వచ్చి, సో నేను జరీనా కాల్ చేసి ఫ్యూనరల్ ఉంటాయి కదా, అంతిమ అది చేయాలి కదా, దాన్ని ఏమంటారు, అంతిమ సంస్కారం, లైక్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు డూ దట్, అది చెయ్యొచ్చా, అది చేయమని అడగడానికి జరీనా కాల్ చేసింది. ప్లీజ్ బేర్ ఇన్ మైండ్, తను కూడా ఇంతకుముందు ఒకప్పుడు ఆ వర్క్ అందులో విచారంలో ట్రేడ్ అయిన అమ్మాయి.
So in the red light area, if the sex workers who die there, if they don't have family, their bodies are just put out on the street until the government comes to pick up the bodies.
సో వ్యభిచారం చేసిన అమ్మాయిలకి చనిపోతే వాళ్ళ బాడీస్ అలాగే వదిలేస్తారు, తర్వాత మున్సిపాలిటీ వాళ్ళు ఎవరో వచ్చి తీసుకెళ్ళడానికి. ఇట్ ఈస్ ద మోస్ట్ ఇన్హ్యూమేన్ థింగ్ దట్ ఈస్ ఎవర్ డన్, రైట్?
So my question for you is here. We think of ourselves as so generous, right, when we do little things for people. I will never forget the day that Zarina called me about Tanya's mom, and she said, I don't care how many people I have to sleep with. I will make sure that I can pay for the cremation or the burial of every single sex worker who dies in this community.
సో జరీనా చెప్పిన మాట ఏంటంటే నేను ఎంతమందితోనైనా పడుకోవడానికి రెడీ, బికాజ్ ఆ డబ్బులతోటి దానికి అంతిమ సంస్కారాలు చేయాలంటే అలాగే చనిపోయిన ప్రతి ఒక్క వ్యభిచారికి సపోర్ట్ చేయడానికి నేను ఎంతమంది అయినా పడుకుంటానని చెప్పింది. నేను జరిగిన కలిసాను ఆల్రెడీ లాస్ట్ వీక్.
I would just like to ask you to take a minute and ask yourself, we think of ourselves as so generous when we give somebody 1 rupee, 2 rupees, 10 rupees, maybe $1. We're not sex workers. But do you have the heart inside you to say, I will sleep with as many strangers as I need to sleep with, to pay for the funeral of somebody I've never met in my life?
సో మనలో ఎంతమంది అస్సలు మనకి సంబంధం లేని వాడి గురించి మీకు నేను చెప్పింది అర్థమవుతుందా?
Okay, I know my answer is no. I don't have it. I don't.
నేనైతే చేయలేను అని చెప్తాను, అంటే జరిగిన గొప్పతనం చెప్తున్నా.
So, but people always look at me like I am the social worker, I'm the person helping people, I'm doing some good in the world. But I look at Zarina, who's been a sex worker for 20 years, and I think, my God, if only I can be like you.
సో మాలో చాలామంది కాదు, మన అందరూ ఇక్కడ ఈ రూమ్లో ఉన్న ప్రతి ఒక్కళ్ళు మన సోషల్ వర్క్ పేరు చెప్పి చాలా అందరికీ హెల్ప్ చేయడమో, లేకపోతే డొనేషన్లు ఇవ్వడమో, లేకపోతే వాళ్ళకి అన్నం పెట్టడమో, ఇలాగ రకరకాలుగా చేస్తుంటాం కదా. మనం ఎంత చేసినా కూడా జరీనాకి మనం సరిపోము అన్నది రాబిన్ ఫీలింగ్, నా ఫీలింగ్ కూడా. అస్సలు సంబంధం లేని గురించి.
I'll stop talking so much, but these are 3 things that I really want you to think about or to leave you with, is literally what is the purpose of life? Not for you, not for a person in Hyderabad, not for a person from Mumbai, not for a woman, not for a girl, not for a man, something that is common for all of us. What is the purpose of life? You have this in common with every single being on the planet. 2, what is success? Sometimes we need to change our perspective of what success means, because success looks like so many different things. And especially for the younger generation, you can define success for yourself. Right? And lastly, how do you go about living a life with meaning and purpose? You do it by living for somebody else. Somebody like Serena. Right?
సో లక్ష్యం తర్వాత విజయం సాధించడం, రైట్. అండ్ బట్ లాస్ట్ మోస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్ రాబీ చెప్పేది ఏంటంటే, మనందరం ఒక మీనింగ్ఫుల్ లైఫ్ బతకాలనుకుంటున్నాం, రైట్. అర్థవంతమైన జీవితం బతకాలనుకుంటున్నాం. అది తను నేర్చుకుంది, నేను నమ్మేది, మనలో చాలామంది యాక్సెప్ట్ చేసేది ఏంటంటే, అది మన కోసం కాకుండా ఇంకొకళ్ళ కోసం బతకడం, రైట్. అండ్ వాళ్ళని హ్యాపీగా ఉంచడం.
Cool, and I just want to introduce Tanya and her story a bit. Yeah? Okay, 2 more minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I almost went into Hindi there. Okay, so I want to just share really quickly about this young woman who's with me, Tanya.
तो मैं मेरी बहन स्टेपडैड के साथ ही रहते थे. वो मुझे सब कुछ देते थे, पढ़ाते भी थे, मैं स्कूल भी जाती थी, सब कुछ. लेकिन उसके बदले में वो मुझसे कुछ मांगते थे जो मैं नहीं दे सकती थी, जो मेरे रिश्ते के बाहर था. मैं उन्हें एक पापा जैसे देखती थी और वो मुझसे शादी करना चाहते थे. ऐसे बहुत सारी चीज़ें चल रहा था हर दिन. किसी ना मेरे पर्सनल जगह पे हाथ लगाना या कुछ ना कुछ करना. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि जब ये सब चीज़ें चलता है ना, जब पास चलता है ना, तो घर पे माहौल अच्छा नहीं होता. मतलब लड़कियों के साथ झगड़ा होना स्टार्ट हो जाता है, क्योंकि खुद का दिमाग काम नहीं करता और हमें समझ में भी नहीं आता है कि क्यों हो रहा है, क्यों गुस्सा आ रहा है, क्यों चिड़चिड़ हो रहा है.
जागने की याचना, जागने की याचना, जागने की याचना.
She put them all in different NGOs, and few years later she went back to get them, and she found Tanya, and she found the youngest daughter, but she never found the middle daughter.
సో తానియా వాళ్ళ అమ్మ తనకి ముగ్గురు సిస్టర్స్ ఉన్నారు. తను ఇంకొక ఇద్దరు చిన్న సిస్టర్స్ ఉన్నారు. అన్నిటికంటే చిన్నది మెహక్. సో 3 డిఫరెంట్ NGOస్లో పెట్టేసింది చదివించలేక. తర్వాత వీళ్ళు ఎతకడానికి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు ఇద్దరు దొరికారు. మధ్యలో అమ్మాయి ఇంకా దొరకలేదు. సో తానియా వాళ్ళ మనతో ఉంది. వాళ్ళ చెల్లి మెహక్ రాబిన్ వెళ్తారు.
So Tanya, when she went home, she and her younger sister went home. A few weeks later, their mother just disappeared. No idea where she was. And this man, who was her stepfather, said, "She's died. I've cremated her, and now you have to be my wife."
సో వాళ్ళిద్దరూ తిరిగి దొరికిన తర్వాత ఇంటికి వెళ్ళారు. ఇంటికి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత వాళ్ళ స్టెప్ డాడ్ ఏమంటారు, సవతి తండ్రి, రైట్? సవతి తండ్రి దగ్గరికి ఇంటికి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత సవతి తండ్రి చెప్పిన మాట ఇదేమో వాళ్ళని నాన్న కింద చూసుకునేది. సవతి తండ్రి ఏమో మీ అమ్మని ఇప్పుడే నేను చనిపోయింది, నేను అంతిమ సంస్కారాలు చేసి వచ్చాను నేను.
So for 4 years, almost every day, he raped her. She got pregnant a couple times, had a couple abortions, dropped out of school.
సో మీ అమ్మ చనిపోయింది అని చెప్పి ఒక సవతి తండ్రి తాన్యాని 4 ఏళ్ళు ఒక్కరోజు కూడా వదలకుండా ఎవ్రీడే రేపు. దానికి 2-3 సార్లు కట్ అయ్యి అబార్షన్స్ కూడా చేశాను. ఈ అమ్మాయిని మీరు పొద్దున్న కలిసారు.
And at 16, somehow she got up and found the courage to run away, and she didn't know where she's going, where she's going to sleep, nothing. But she got up and ran away, and she left her younger sister behind. And she promised her, just stay, don't worry, within 1 year I will come back and get you.
సో తానియాకి 16 ఏళ్ళు వచ్చిన తర్వాత మొత్తం ధైర్యం అంతా కూడబెట్టుకుని ఇంట్లోంచి పారిపోయింది. ఇంట్లోంచి పారిపోతున్నప్పుడు వాళ్ళ చెల్లి మెహక్కి ఒక 1 year వెయిట్ చేయి, ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళక నేను మళ్ళీ వస్తాను తీసుకెళ్ళడానికి అని చెప్పాను.
So she came to Kranti and she had brought a photo of her mother, and we showed that to Zarina, that other woman, and she said, "This woman's not dead, she lives in the brothel next to me."
సో తానియా దగ్గర వాళ్ళ అమ్మ ఫోటో ఉండేది. సో తను 16 ఏళ్ళకి రాబిన్ దగ్గరికి క్రాంతికి వచ్చినప్పుడు ఆ ఫోటో తీసుకెళ్ళి రాబిన్కి చూపిస్తే రాబిన్ దగ్గర జరీనా కూడా ఉంది, ఇందాక చెప్పిన ఆమె గురించి. సో జరీనా ఫోటో చూసి ఈ అమ్మాయి చనిపోలేదు, వాళ్ళు ఉన్న బ్రాతల్లోనే పక్కనే వేరే ఇంట్లో ఉండేది అని చెప్పేది. సో అది ఇట్ వాజ్ అ లై అన్నమాట, వాళ్ళ అమ్మ చనిపోలేదు.
So that day, I went and I met her mother. I took Tanya, and for the first time in 4 years, the mother saw Tanya. And within 6 months, she did die.
సో రాబిన్ తాన్యాని తీసుకుని వాళ్ళ అమ్మ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళింది ఒక 6 months తర్వాత. ఇలా చూడడానికి వెళ్ళి అప్పుడు తాన్యా యాక్చువల్లీ 4 ఏళ్ళ తర్వాత వాళ్ళ అమ్మని చూసింది. అన్ఫార్చునేట్లీ ఆ తర్వాత ఒక 6 months తర్వాత వాళ్ళ అమ్మగారు చనిపోయారు.
Tanya's been through a lot of ups and downs in life, and the most important thing is, so now her biggest dream is to become a flight attendant.
సో తాన్యా లైఫ్లో చాలా అప్స్ అండ్ డౌన్స్ అని మీరు చాలా మంది ఊహించుకోవచ్చు. ఇప్పుడు అసలు తను వెళ్ళిన ఫేజ్ అండ్ ఆల్ దిస్ స్టఫ్. తన గోల్ ఏంటంటే షీ వాంట్స్ టు బికమ్ అ ఫ్లైట్ అటెండెంట్, ఎయిర్ హోస్టెస్.
But in the meantime, so she's a Zumba instructor. You guys did some Zumba yesterday? Yeah, was it fun? Today. Did you guys have fun? Yes? Maybe? Don't know. So Tanya is an amazing dancer, and she teaches